The e-resource of this episode is Chilton. Our Chilton library offers step-by-step repair, maintenance, and service information on the most popular cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs on the road today, as well as many new vehicles. You can find Chilton Library under the topic Automotive in the research section of our website.
What do you do for fun?
Joco Library Uncovered.
So, Dave.
Yeah, Charles.
Did you know that this month, July, for those of you in the audience that weren't aware, that this month is National Anti-boredom Month?
You know, I was so bored I looked that up.
Yeah?
Looking a lot of things up. I'm pretty bored.
Well, we here at the Joco Library Uncovered podcast decided we would take a page out of the public radio, public television fund drive model, but instead for Anti-Boredom Month, we're going to do a fun drive.
We're
going to talk about
very good.
Yeah,
we're not going to ask people for money.
No, we asked people for suggestions of what they do for fun.
That's right.
And we're going to talk about the kinds of things the library has that can help you do those sorts of fun things.
That sounds great.
But to start out, I figured we would do something a little bit fun ourselves. I brought a coffee cup filled with bad dad jokes.
Oh, no.
And we're probably going to play the shortest version ever with how both of us like to laugh.
Okay.
Of you laugh, you lose.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm pulling one from the coffee mug here.
Okay.
All right. What do we have here? You laugh, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go on a diet, but I feel like I have way too much on my plate right now.
Got a smile.
I got a smile on that one.
Okay, I'll grab one.
Maybe it was
here.
the delivery.
Maybe. Let's see. Okay. Did you know the first French fries weren't actually cooked in France? They were cooked in Greece.
I have a feeling this is the competition should have been groan or cringe face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I gotta tell our audience, this cup is filled with how many of these jokes did you cut? How long did you think this segment was gonna be? A year?
I don't know. So
there must be 100 jokes in there.
Only 70.
70
jokes.
What are you going to do? I mean, you put them all in a document, right? Are you going to share those in our show notes?
I did weed out some of them. I found online this list of 70 dad jokes, and I took out some of the ones that might not be general audience type ones. There were some more adult-oriented jokes on the list, so it's
funny, but
I edited those out.
I don't mean to give you a hard time. I don't, but you couldn't have whittled it down to your favorite 10. I mean, just make sure they're quality. True. Okay, no, that's all right. That's all right. I'm pulling out another one.
Okay,
one more apiece. Does that sound
sure?
Good? All right. All right. If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest? This is the last one.
Okay, one more. This graveyard sure looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in there.
All right. I'm not sure who the big loser is in this. This might be our audience. I'm sorry, people. Should we just go to the news?
I think so.
Okay.
Library news.
All right, so let's start the fun drive. So we're bringing back a segment we call
What You Thinkin'?
We bring back this ever so popular segment because we want to know your thoughts. So we asked you a simple question, both on social media and on our website, jocolibrary.org/uncovered. What do you do for fun? Well, a lot of you replied. We have that list right in front of us, and we have paired what we have in our resources, services, events, and collection to help you broaden your experience and have more fun. So let's just jump right in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
You want to take the first one?
Sure, yeah. So the first idea you sent in that you do for fun is to watch movies. And what the library can do to help with that is we have, in addition to our DVD selection that we have in our branches, there's also the e-library where you can stream video from Canopy or Indie Flicks or Canopy Kids.
Number 2. So someone said they like to go to thrift stores. So we are recommending a book from our collection called I Break for Yard Sales and Flea Markets, Thrift Shops, Auctions, and the Occasional Dumpster. So that is a book by Laura Spencer.
The next submission was they enjoy building hover cars in the new Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom game for the Switch. So in addition to our Switch games that you could play, if you like experimenting and combining different technologies, you could also try out checking out one of our maker kits like the Microbit controller or Circuit Playground and bring your creations to life in the real world.
Yeah. Number 4, write campaign chapters for Dungeons and Dragons. So in addition to the 5th edition rules book, we have a book called The Monsters Know What They're Doing, which gives dungeon masters motivations and personalities for the monsters so they can make encounters more realistic.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
The next one we have, play difficult video games. I can't speak to what's difficult for you, but we do circulate games for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch.
No Atari console. Okay, number 6 then, swim. We do not have a pool at the library, but
Not yet.
swimming is all about internal motivation, and so we have got the book for you. It's called Beneath the Surface, and it's Beneath the Surface, My Story by Michael Phelps, and it's described as peek into the mind of a champion swimmer, Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time. 28 medals, but only 23 of those were gold.
Only. So the next one we had was they like to go to the gym for fun. And again, we don't have a gym. Well, that'll be part of our sports complex we're adding next. But you can go to jocolibrary.org/e-learning, jump into the Universal Class portal there, and there you'll find Weight Training 101, which is a course to look at muscular function, how muscles work and grow, the nutrients they need for growth, and how their development can facilitate fat loss, and how to safely exercise using the proper form and technique.
Number 8, visit breweries. We don't have a brewery in the library either. However, we do have a book, and it's called The United States of Craft Beer. It is a guide to the best craft breweries across America in the United States, and beer expert and beer brewer Jess LeBeau invites you along this state-by-state exploration of America's greatest breweries. And there's a bunch of different breweries, and it sounds great, and so hopefully that helps you have more fun as you visit breweries.
Yeah. Next up, collecting Disney pins as something fun to do. We have the Libby app on our e-library, and you can just search for Disney in there, and you would find the Neil Gabler's Walt Disney as an e-book, or after you listen to this podcast, if you've got an extra 33 free hours, why not just download the e-audiobook instead?
Why not? Or you could listen to live music, because several people said that that's what they do for fun. So why not go to jocolibrary.org/we-recommend/local music.
That's true. Next up, ride my bike at night through my quiet neighborhood. cycling, riding new trails. Got a few submissions along.
A lot of people saying biking.
Yeah. So we have the Women's Bike Summit. It's a gender-inclusive event for people of all ages and backgrounds to come together and celebrate bicycling, discuss issues relevant and important to people on bikes, and get practical biking information and experience. So that is one of our events that you can find through jocolibrary.org/events.
Absolutely. Number 12 is read pulpy crime noir. We'll give you a couple ideas here. You could head to the website and choose We Recommend in the Explore section and find the link to Novelist. That's over on the right side, or if you're on your phone, just look for the giant blue box that says Novelist. You'll find reading recommendations from fiction and narrative nonfiction titles, or you can go back to the Explore section, choose Staff Picks, and then the category Mystery is an option. Also, you can take a look at the bottom of the page where you'll find a number of tags, and you can find tags like crime and others. They'll help you kind of find that pulp fiction crime noir you're looking for.
Nice. Well, next up is a person who said they like to roast coffee beans. And have you ever tried coffee that you've roasted using a laser in the makerspace?
No, I have not.
Well, that's good, because the makerspace does not allow you to use the lasers to roast coffee. But we do have in our catalog a book called Coffee Isn't Rocket Science. And that is a quick and easy guide to buying, brewing, serving, roasting, and tasting coffee by Sebastian Rasseneux.
Well said. Number 14 is cook new dishes. Okay, so this is huge, right?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of resources available at the library. If you prefer videos, there are 74 cooking videos on Udemy. Then, on the great courses on Canopy, it's pretty wonderful as well, because we advise you searching for cooking and then choosing to filter it down in the genre to instructional. There you will find the Everyday Gourmet and videos from the Culinary Institute of America. But if you prefer more of a class or course format, you can go to Universal Class, and there you'll find 14 different courses. All of those can be found in the e-learning section of our e-library. Now, some people really like to have a magazine, and that's the way my mom would do it. You know, she'd have her magazine on the counter. Well, now you can have that magazine through either Flipster or Libby. Up on your tablet or even your smartphone, and do your cooking from a magazine. And so we're suggesting you try Flipster, and there's a food and cooking category that'll lead you to all recipes, food and wine, fine cooking, and eating well. And then with Libby, if you go there are over 315 magazine offerings of food and wine, including Bon Appetit, Cook's Illustrated, Cook's Country, and so many more.
Yeah, it's a big category.
Yeah.
Well, next up, probably equally as big, making art. We have so many books in the collection about art, different artists' collections. But something that you may or may not know, we have an exhibitions program here at the library. So you can visit your exhibitions page through our website to find out which locations have something near you, and go check out the art in person to get inspired.
For sure. Somebody mentions that what they do for fun is listen to vinyl records. Okay, so a really great service of the library is interlibrary loan, and you can get music on vinyl from libraries from across the country. In addition to that, just take a look at our collection. There's some really great books on all aspects of vinyl records, including some that are the making of particular historically important albums.
Yeah. So the next person said they like jigsaw puzzles. And did you know that something you can actually do on the laser instead of roasting coffee
in the makerspace?
Yeah, in the makerspace would be to go in there and create your own puzzle.
That sounds great. Speaking of puzzles, someone submitted that they like to do crossword puzzles for fun. So from our collection, 4-Letter Words and Other Secrets of a Crossword Insider by Michelle Arnaud. Crossword puzzle expert and champion Michelle Arnaud has compiled this irresistibly fun and entertaining manual filled with fascinating facts, puzzle miscellaneous stuff, and surefire tips for puzzle solving. For devoted daily puzzlers, casual solvers, and fearless crossword warriors alike, this book offers insights into the addictive world of crossword puzzles.
Next up, we had a listener say that they like to listen to podcasts.
They're
for
in
fun.
the right place.
So in addition to listening to this podcast for your fun, you can also check out a sound production kit, which is one of the circulating maker kits, and try recording your own podcast.
I don't know about that. I mean,
It's super easy.
There's kind of too many. There's too many. Okay. So number 20 on our list of fun audiobooks for fun, especially as a way to unwind after work when the kids are asleep at night. Very specific on that one. Yeah. So we suggest Libby. Get downloadable audiobooks at the tap of a button. And let those kids sleep.
Yeah. This next one says, I play Catan with my husband. That's the Settlers of Catan, I'm guessing.
Well, it used to be called Settlers of Catan,
Yeah.
and now it's just Catan.
Yeah.
Okay.
With my husband, so I can take out any pent-up aggression towards him, but in a socially acceptable way.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's great. Well, if you ever get tired of taking out your socially acceptable aggression on one person, you could attend one of our tabletop games events through the library, which you can find by going to jocolibrary.org/events and searching for tabletop.
So Charles is suggesting that you take out your pent-up aggression
On a stranger.
on somebody else, but in a socially acceptable way.
Yeah.
Via Catan. And number 22, baking. So there's a whole section in our collection, 641.815, baking. We also own the first 5 seasons of the Great British Baking Show. So head to the stacks to check those out.
Next up, we have hiking. And for that, we're suggesting that you head to our e-library, go to e-magazines, and look at Libby. So you can flip through the pages of Outside Magazine 2003 Summer Gear Guide, which boldly claims...
2023.
Oh, yeah, 2023, not the 20-year-old one that I just promoted,
Right.
the one from this year. It boldly claims wilderness tested, expert approved.
Yes. Then number 24 is I love houseplants. Houseplants can be fun. Don't let anybody tell you they're not.
That's true.
Go to Udemy, Houseplants 101, a beginner's guide to indoor gardening, and you can learn how to grow your own jungle at home and stop being afraid of houseplants.
It's a good.
This next one I love. It's all you.
The next one is my wife and I do dramatic readings of 1-star Yelp reviews.
I don't know who. I want to meet these people. If you suggested this, please send an email to uncovered@JocoLibrary is our email address. But I want to know who you are because that's hilarious.
Yeah, so in our collection, we do have a couple items. There's a book that's 1-star reviews of national parks that you can find through
really?
our collection. If you want
That's pretty cool.
If you want to read that,
I'll jump in and tell you that I suggested a couple books as well because I would go on family vacations and there were a couple books that I would do dramatic readings from because they're really short sketches, and so a couple of them are from Simon Rich, and so Free Range Chickens, and another book is called Ant Farms, and they're hilarious short essays. And if you enjoy reading funny stuff aloud, you will really enjoy this laugh out loud, funny, oddball collection of short sketches.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take the next one.
Okay.
26, finding what makes my child happy and doing more of it. And so go to Udemy and Neuroscience for Parents, How to Raise Amazing Kids. Parenting to help your children develop a healthy brain, self-esteem, and trust. Nurture their talents and bond with them. And the very last one, the best
the
for last.
one, and this is one that we got from a few people. Reading for fun. And unfortunately, the library does not have anything to read.
Sarcasm.
So we do have reading. If you click Explore on our website, it's the first term that you see under our navigation bar along the top at jocolibrary.org. It really represents the spirit of the library. So what we want you to explore is discover new reads.
Yeah.
So we have a section on We Recommend, which is book lists for each genre that are created by staff, and also some of them that are created by the public, but along the top it highlights staff book lists and recommendations. There's a staff picks section, which is reviews that are more in-depth than those book lists. You'll get individual item reviews for that section. The recent activity, you can find out what's trending by checking out things that are recent, like those staff lists, reviews, and ratings. New titles, which that's my favorite section to explore on the website. Yeah, it shows you things that we have just received and that are new in the collection. You can also use that, though, to see what's on order.
Oh, cool.
And we order things sometimes 2 or 3 months in advance on books, so you can hop on that holds list before anybody else knows that it's even coming, if you know where the new titles section is.
Yeah, and it's not just for books either. You can search by format and different audiences, even language. So that's cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
And as we keep going down the list here under Explore, we get to awards. So we have 27 different award lists from the Academy Awards, William Allen White Awards, all of the major awards that you can explore what the recent winners are. And then we have a best sellers list. So you can explore what people are buying.
Yeah. So, for reading, we make it really easy for you to have fun. So we encourage you to explore. Just some final thoughts. We're running out of time. I can't believe it, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure that we throw out a few other things really quickly. Consider go to jocolibrary.org/contests. We have all kinds of writing contests for you. And so, there's also other contests for youth. Yeah, sticker contest. Yeah. Bookmark contest for all ages, And
everyone.
Then, what else is fun is Instagram.com/JocoLibrary. It's a really fun way for our librarians to express what's going on in their branches. And so there are a lot of really great moments that get captured live in the library, and we get to share it with you and the public.
That's true.
Yeah. And then we mentioned the e-library. Yeah.
Libby's great for that. You can download the Libby app. You can explore books, downloadable audiobooks.
For sure.
Even under different genres within Libby, you can sort for whatever you're looking for. You can look for humor, cooking and food, crafts, sports, nature, travel, all these different genres that you can then explore and find things that you enjoy that you could do for fun.
That all
Dave, I think there's
fun.
also one more thing we forgot to include on our list.
What's up?
You can just go to the library, and it's a fun place to be.
Joco Library Uncovered will be right back.
So to close out this episode, I kind of wanted to tie it into the work we do in general at the library. We had a lot of fun here today, I think, listening to what you all suggested. And that actually ties into one of the behavioral values that we have here in Johnson County of humor. So from the Johnson County government website, under their behavioral values, it says, humor, we laugh with one another as we work together, never take ourselves too seriously, and use humor in a sensitive and caring manner. And I think that ties in well with the stuff we do on this podcast all the time.
And that is very thoughtful, Charles. My first thought was to be cynical. I was like, really? You think it's fun to quote the county policy? But that does really kind of give this some depth and soul. And so fun is truly important, and we support you in your pursuit of fun.
That's true. But what do we have coming up next?
It's kind of related, but kind of different. So our next episode is on hobbies, and Helen Hokinson and a crew of librarians come in to take a deep dive into our collection to give you suggestions about different materials that will help you pursue your hobbies. And while the fun drive is really about everything that's just fun, hobbies are more about self-improvement, self-enrichment. And so I think you're going to enjoy that and really get something out of that episode. So tune in.
Joco Library Uncovered.
If you enjoyed today's topics, you might be interested in these recommendations from our collection. First, a Charles's Choice. And I do apologize that this one might still have a holds list when you are looking for it, but I'm recommending Kirby and the Forgotten Land for the Nintendo Switch. So it takes the classic Kirby games that are 2D, like flat platformer games, and it turns it into a 3D world that you can explore and go around and collect all of Kirby's friends and rescue them from disaster. So
cool.
It's a cool game.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a Dave's Double Feature.
Yeah. And as you know, I love Canopy, love to send you to that streaming section of our e-library. And in Canopy, you can find two really good movies that are just pure fun. The first one, Waiting for Guffman, I think if you haven't seen it, you're going to love it because it's got so many people that you've seen so many places. But this core of actors went on to be in a couple great ensemble, comedy movies, Best in Show, A Mighty Wind. And you'll probably recognize Catherine O'Hara from Schitt's Creek and Home Alone. And Fred Willard, Christopher Guest, Eugene Levy, Parker Posey, been in so many different things. They're just hilarious, purely just for the fun of it. And then a movie near and dear to my heart from when I was a teenager. I loved Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And you know what? A little known fact, that was Tim Burton's first feature film. Huh. It's a fun fact for a fun episode about fun.
That is true. So if you would like a full list of book report recommendations, you can find those on our webpage, jocolibrary.org/uncovered.
Joco Library Uncovered is a production of Johnson County Library and is recorded at the Central Resource Library in Overland Park, Kansas. We would love to read your thoughtful emails at uncovered@jocolibrary.org. Join our online conversation at facebook.com/jocolibrary. Look for us on Twitter at jocolibrary. Our website is jocolibrary.org. Subscribe to Joco Library Uncovered through your favorite podcatcher or go to jocolibrary.podbean.com. Thanks for listening, and come back in 2 weeks for more Joco Library Uncovered.